Hi, good evening, good afternoon. Hello to everyone joining in from whichever place. I am sure that TOC is a very diverse community. We have members from all over the world, based out of India, but I do see people from across Middle East, at least a couple of them here. So hello, thank you so much. I'm sure uh, it's still early evening or late afternoon in your part of the world, but in India we have touched evening. So good evening to everyone. We would love to welcome all of you for our today's session, the Power Partner series that we have been running since last couple of weeks, which has seen some phenomenal presentations by our TOC Power Partners. My name is Ankur Vora. I am the co-founder of the Outreach Collective. Uh, with the Power Partner series, our vision was pretty simple and straightforward. We wanted to give a platform to our partners to showcase the valuable, fantastic, phenomenal work that they have been doing in the space of education, career counseling, college applications, edtech. I mean, there is a lot of wonderful work that has been going around us, and we have not been able to give much attention to the kind of quality work that has been done by these people. So we thought, as a Power Partner series, we will bring to forefront our partners, especially businesses that are running and doing something fantastic work, helping our students succeed in college, careers, education, whatever it is that they want to achieve in life. So I'm so happy that today we have with us Mr. Bharat Mundra. Bharat is the co-founder of IBOS, Indo Bharat Online. But never had an opportunity to have a detailed conversation with him about his work and how it is positively impacting the students that are working with him. So I'm so happy to invite Bharat today for a presentation and to take us through his work and the organization. Bharat will be doing about half an hour presentation. That is what I believe he will, but I'll leave it to Bharat on how he wants to take this session forward. So post 30 minutes, we have a quick 10 to 15-minute Q&A at the end of this session. So please, if you have any questions for Bharat, please type them in. He will be taking those questions at the end of this presentation, after his presentation is over, and we have a dedicated 10 to 15 minute slots for the same. That's about it. I think I would like to invite now Bharat. Bharat, over to you for your presentation. All the very best.
Hello and good evening, everyone. I would like to first of all thank Bhakti and Ankur for giving IBOS this incredible opportunity to present our school in front of you all and how we are benefiting all the wonderful students out there. A very warm welcome to everyone and thank you for taking out time from your precious schedule and being with us. There are some incredible educationists from outside the country as well, and I really appreciate your presence of it. We would like to present proudly that we are definitely catering to the gifted students out there and making sure that the students achieve the best. We as educators definitely believe that every student should be a winner at the end of the day. All right, without taking much of your time, I would like to share a small presentation with you all. Just before I start, I would really request everyone to kindly put their name and maybe their company's name in the message box if possible. Also, I would request Kratika, our IT head, to just put the Google form link in the message box. I humbly request everyone to kindly fill that Google form as per your convenience whenever it's feasible. Probably you can do it after the presentation as well. Thank you. I'll just quickly share the screen. All right. So moving on. IBOS, Indo Bharat Online School, is India's premier NIOS online school. We follow the National Institute of Open Schooling Curriculum, which is abbreviated as the NIOS. I'm sure most of you are pretty much familiar with NIOS, and it is an autonomous institution under the Ministry of Education, Government of India. IBOS is the authorized institute AI to conduct the pen paper examinations of NIOS. We cater to grades 9, 10th, 11th, and 12th, and are proud to mention the fact that we have some incredibly ambitious and talented students registered with us. Basically, the student can register with us from pretty much any part of the world because we are completely an online school. There is a pen paper exam which the student can give from any tier one, tier two, or tier three cities in India because they've got test centers all across, and in the Middle East as well. So NIOS has a presence in the Middle East as well. Moving on, in order to successfully lead an organization, one definitely needs to have a super team. IBOS is proud to have some really well qualified mentors and tutors who are making sure that the online classes are conducted very professionally. IBOS has specialized tutors for all the academic subjects, be it commerce, science, or humanities. And there's so much to learn from these incredible mentors. In fact, some of these mentors are present in this meeting, and probably after the presentation, Srividya, our HOD Science, would be speaking a little bit about her experience so far with IBOS and the online model. IBOS definitely has always been a student-centric organization. Our school is designed with a clear focus on student success for individuals who do not fit into the traditional brick and mortar institution. If a student is unable to go to school because of medical or health issues, or they might be into sports training, which prevents them to attend physical brick and mortar schools in the morning, because that's when, it's clashing with their existing schedule. So that's when, a school like us definitely is a perfect choice for the students. We act as a brilliant launchpad for students to leading universities around the world. So post completion of their schooling with us, we make sure that the student gets to attend the best colleges globally. And all of this definitely wouldn't have been possible without the incredible support of the counselors who refer the students to us in the first place. Personalized attention in terms of online live to live classes, flexible weekly timetable according to the preference of the student, holistic profile building with the help of IBOS tutors and college admission support, with the incredible support of our independent educational counselors and, of course, school counselors, are the hallmark of our school. Next up, following are the type of students who generally register with us. Students with academic challenges, which is preventing them from being comfortable with the existing board, or maybe there's a major subject requirement, subject change requirement, which is not possible, of course, with the existing board. Students with learning disabilities. We had a student with ADHD, which the parent had discovered pretty late, actually, when the student had just finished his grade 10 in a school in Dubai. He was attending a regular school, and definitely it was getting very difficult for that student, provided that the school had like 30 odd students in a batch, making it difficult for the teacher to give him personalized attention. With all due respect, I totally understand, it's practically impossible for the teachers in a regular school to give personalized attention. So the parents reached out to IBOS, of course, through a counselor, and the child registered with us. Initially, as the attention span is very limited, in such cases, the child was given 15 to 20 minutes of online classes every day by our special educators for at least a couple of months. Gradually, when the child became familiar with the tutor and was comfortable to extend the classes duration, that's when the learning happened, and hence the child could do well in his 12th grade. Having the flexibility of picking up subjects as per the student's choice makes it way more easier, and the student that tends to give his 100% as well. Similarly, students with dyslexia, also are very benefited with this curriculum, owing to the fact that there are some vocational subjects which can be opted by the student, in addition to the regular academic subjects, making it easier for him or her to probably learn with slow pace as well. So basically, that's when, it's very important for that student that how he takes the online classes, and the tutors make it very comfortable for that student as well. We already talked about how athletes and students with co-curricular interests like dance or maybe even a student interested in a musical instrument might consider IBOS in their best interest, provided that they are given this platform to balance their academics along with their vast interests, rather than just academics trying to replace everything. The beauty about having the classes done online is that even though the student, traveling for, let's say, sports or any competition, they can still take the classes from anywhere. In fact, they can even mention it in their profile about how they were able to develop or devote equal time to their diversified interests. We definitely are a step ahead of homeschooling in a way that even though a student is attending the classes online, our tutors make sure that the student is mandatorily required to attend the classes along with weekly tests, which are instantly communicated to the respective authorities with detailed feedback. One of the most unique feature of our curriculum is that the admissions are on rollover basis and so are the examinations. This serves as a massive time saver mechanism, making sure that the student can save the extra year and probably reappear in the same subject with utmost ease. Once registered, they can even change the main subject anytime across the year. Following are the subjects which are available to the students. IBOS not only does academic subjects, but it also does some vocational subjects. Of course, it's exceptional cases like I just mentioned, but meaning that the student can opt for any subject which they are already studied in their previous school or board with pretty much, similar academic content. There is a possibility of mixing the subjects as per the undergrad requirements, and hence the students can accordingly have a mixed blend of practical and academic subjects. We are proud of our students, and the last two academic cycles have been exemplary in terms of global admissions. More and more colleges have been accepting IBOS curriculum primarily due to fact that my team and I have been constantly connecting with college representatives and making sure that the relevance in terms of curriculum matching is made available to their discretion. I would definitely like to agree upon the fact that there have been some few questions asked from some universities in terms of requiring more information about the curriculum and their delivery mode. And I would like to proudly mention herewith that my team has done an incredible job to make sure that all the relevant questions are answered immediately. When the university is looking for information which pretty much matches their undergrad criterion, that's when the offer is released to the student. Moving on, so I had mentioned earlier that one of the most unique feature of our curriculum is that the admissions are on rollover basis, and so are the examinations. Just to give our audience an idea as to how the examination schedule works in IBOS, my team has created this slide. Basically, the entire academic session is divided into 4 streams, meaning that the student will be given the closest date and examination of the and month of the examination. I mean, we're not trying to make it confusing through the table, but any question about the time frame, you can probably reach out to our team via email or even a phone call, probably, because I understand that this table might lead to some more questions. But just to give you a fair idea as to how the examination date and month works out, we've just given you an idea. Moving on, so basically the registration process, we have kept it very, very simple. The student is required to fill an online application form, which is available on our website. Post the form filling, he is required to give us a counselor recommendation letter. The student can only proceed with the application once he or she gives us this letter, the counselor recommendation letter. The admissions manager will then contact the student and put them on one-on-one virtual Zoom calls with the IBOS tutor. It's kind of an interview round wherein the tutor will give the student a hands-on experience of the curriculum, what subject combination is best for the student, the online class schedule, etc. Once this is done, the last step involves a natural ability and a talent evaluation test by the counselor, and hence the final admission is given to the student subject to some parameters. We are a proud ICAC and IC3 member organization wherein every year my team and I travel and meet a lot of education enthusiasts. We truly believe in serving the outstanding talents out there in the best possible way. You can always reach out to me should you have any further questions and recommendations. Just wanted to add here that we are definitely providing scholarships to the deserving students from low to medium income families as well. Once the student fills the online application form on our website and during the orientation session, the student is assessed on certain parameters on the basis of which he or she is provided with the scholarships. We certainly believe that there should be no obstacles in the learning process. I sincerely would like to thank all of you for patiently listening to me, and IBOS looks forward to working with your organization in the best possible way. I would now pass on the conversation to Srividya, where she will be speaking a little bit about her experience with IBOS. Over to you, Srividya, if you could just mute it and probably speak a little bit about the organization.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, everyone. So I'm Srividya. I have been working with IBOS, and I basically teach English, physics, and math. And I feel that this is a great opportunity for students who are unable to go to school on a regular basis, or might be interested in something else like sports or singing and other extracurricular activities. They join here. And so NIOS is a platform which helps them like achieve whatever they want. Like as compared to other streams, I feel NIOS is equally competent. But the thing is, it's a bit easier and student friendly. And we focus on teaching the students and try to like cater to their needs, and it becomes very easy for them. Also, the students like join the organization through the help of a counselor. uh, and yes, so it was great teaching here, and I'm still teaching and a part of IBOS. I would also like to thank Mr. Ankur for giving us the opportunity to showcase and talk about IBOS. And any queries regarding the subjects, y'all can reach out to me. As I've told, I take math, and I'm the HOD of science here, math, English, and science. And I feel that during the COVID, it was an eye opener for all schools. You see, everyone has went online, and everything is being done online these days. So it's not very important for students, at least for students above 8, to go to a school and study. And like, I understand that in school you need to have friends and talk to them and have an interaction session, but that's important in preliminary age. But later on, when you become mature and you're focused in studying and other things, like maybe going to gym or playing basketball, you can opt for education online. So it is a very good opportunity for students who are willing to do something else apart from just studies. And these days, you can see, like, I am in Bangalore, and I find people doing engineering and going into marketing field, or doing MBA and then doing stand-up comedy. So I personally feel that success of an individual is not based on just academic results. Yes, it is important to a certain extent, but overall, what kind of person you are and how you are portraying yourself, and if you're good at one thing, that's more important. So I feel that IBOS is giving you the opportunity to like study and move forward and perform in whatever you like to. And I'll be open to questions if you have any doubts. Yeah, thank you.
Great, Srividya. Thank you so much for that lovely presentation. I appreciate your feedback, appreciate your views. So over to you, Ankur. I guess the presentation went well.
Thank you, Bharat. Yeah, that was a wonderful presentation. Thank you to you and Srividya both for that conversation. Now, I think we can open the floor to questions from the audience. Audience, you can raise your hand and we can take questions from you. If you're not comfortable asking your questions live, you can even message them in the chat box and we can pick your questions from there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
So
I see
I can
Saurabh
see
has
one
raised
hand.
his hand. So Saurabh, go ahead.
Hi, Bharat. Great presentation and great initiative, actually. I've been always trying to see some people, working with NIOS. This is great to see, actually. Can you just give me a fair idea of the kind of expenses involved in taking your services?
I'll ask my team member to get in touch with you with respect to that. That is not a problem. The fee structure, like I said, the fee structure which we've kept is pretty much premium for the students, but we are always open to scholarships because, like I said, it's important to make sure that the learning never stops. We have a full team of tutors who are taking the online classes for the students. It pretty much depends on what the student's looking at because the admissions are on rollover basis, the examinations are on rollover basis. So I will definitely reach out to you. I'll ask one of my team members to definitely get in touch with you and we can probably take this conversation further from there. Thank you. I can see some members who've just joined in, so hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah, Bharat, I think it will be better if there are 3-4 new people that are joining. If you can.
Yeah. So very good evening to the members who have just joined. I've just given a small presentation as to how the NIOS system works. And basically, we cater to 4 classes, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, I'm going to repeat it again, of course, because we've got some wonderful listeners from the last 20 minutes or so. But just wanted to, brief all of you about the school and how, we've been benefiting the students out there. The students can register with us from pretty much, any part of the world. It's an online model wherein the classes are online. But of course, there's a pen paper examination which happens either in India or in the UAE. So yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, you can probably, reach out to me right now. If you want to put it in the chat box, you can do that. Would be really happy to answer all those questions. We had some questions though in the Google form which Ankur had shared before. So there was a question about the scholarships which are offered. So I pretty much covered in the presentation that we do offer scholarships. There was a question regarding the acceptance of NIOS. So like I said, it's globally accepted. We've had a lot of we've had students who've been placed globally in the top colleges of the US, the UK, Canada. It's just that there is a certain set of questions which a university has, and my wonderful team has been there to always answer those questions. So the acceptance is there, and I can assure you that definitely if a student, if things are working out for them in the regular school, that's when, they can register with a school like us. And, there's a lot of flexibility in terms of learning, in terms of the curriculum, in terms of subjects. So definitely it's the way forward for the student.
So, Bharat, I think there are some comments in the chat section.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at it. Yeah.
Some really amazing
So Indrajit, ma'am, thank you so much for the details. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for listening to me, ma'am.
For the presentation. It was really an enlightenment for us. I mean, we just collaborated for Ed Talk Consulting, and so we have on board team of counselors and psychologists and clinical psychologists. Of course, we are catering up to the school level, but I have always heard parents where they give up on finding, what needs to be done after the school for the kids. So I really look upon this is like what do you say, just finding the best option for them in India.
Appreciate your comments, ma'am. Absolutely, you're very right. It's the way forward. It's just that we are reaching out to a lot of counselors. We are reaching out to a lot of incredible educationists like you, just to make sure that the student has that option. I mean, NIOS is a very less explored, I would say, curriculum wherein, of course, there are mixed reviews from everywhere, but we need to take the positives out of everything. I mean, my team, I just make sure that whatever are the positives, we read the benefits out of that. I mean, of course, there are two sides to a story, but we are just taking out the positives, like I said. And we are reaching out to the students, we're reaching out to the counselors, making sure that the student is the winner at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, happy to help in any ways possible. And pretty much any student from any board can register with this. So even if you're a state, if your school is running a state board, even if your school is running an IB curriculum or a CBSE or a IGCSE curriculum, for example, they all can register with the school like us. We are not intending to break the chain of any school. With all due respect, it's only for those students, like I mentioned, those who are not fitting themselves with the school. If a student is doing well in a school, I totally understand they may not find the need to register with us. So we are just working for those, for that segment of the students which are otherwise looking for more options with academics, and definitely, they win at the end of the day.
Appreciate. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So, Bharatji, if you have any, I mean, it's just us, my understanding also, can you share a few case study of students that have gone through IBOS and become successful? I mean, anything that you can probably give us some example of that?
So, the schools, pretty much, like I said, the students who are already struggling with the regular school, we had students from, we had a student from RD School Goa, for example. The father is a colonel, so he keeps on traveling. They were in Kashmir before, then they settled in Delhi. But the student, unfortunately, was not able to fit himself in schools because he had to change a lot of schools. So, the student registered with us. I mean, we have the tutors who took the classes. I'm talking about Samrat. So I'm sure the tutors over here know him. So, the student registered with us, and he did his 11th and 12th both through through IBOS. And he's just recently given his exams. And the parents reach out to me that definitely he feels a lot better because the subjects which he wanted, he was not getting that in a regular school. Of course, I mean, there are a lot of things which a school considers in the students. So, I mean, of course, NIOS could give those subjects to the students. So we gave those subjects to the students and he could give his exams very well. And the teachers also had a very good time with the student because he was a wonderfully, sweet child. He always used to express that I understand that I'm not going to a regular school, but still, if things are better for me in this way, so I'll accept it. So yeah, I mean, the student benefited, and at the end of the day, we're just waiting for his results. I think probably the NIS results probably would be expected before 27th, and he has done pretty well. So he's done pretty well. We're just waiting for the results. And yeah, this is how the story went. And of course, he's got the offer letter from Bennett. He's got the conditional offer. I mean, the parents had applied in November, I guess, last year. The predicteds were sent by my team, the LOR, the council letter of recommendation, everything was sent by my school because they were the tutors who were taking the classes with the student. And he got the offer letter, and he's got the course also, which the undergrad course also, which he was looking at. He got the admission in that. So it's a win-win situation at the end of the day.
Perfect. So happy to hear that. And that gives us a perspective on the kind of students that can benefit from IBOS.
We have a question. Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Ankur, but we have a question over here. Many parents are also looking at homeschooling, alternate schooling for their kids. Is this okay for their kids and the degree is acceptable at all other colleges? Yes, Mr. Puneet, good evening. Thank you so much for asking this question. And it's a valid question which generally, raises around every parent's mind. So yes, like I said, we are a level up above homeschooling in a way, I would say, because what happens because child is getting homeschooled, if he's just getting homeschooled, then he has to be taken care of by either his parents, or they have to look for somebody who can take care of him. And most essentially, he's not getting a school to be associated with. But if he's registering with us, he's definitely getting more than getting homeschooled, because there is a full team of professional tutors. They're all full-time working with us, and the child can select the time as per his or her convenience. So Monday to Friday, it's a regular class. Every Saturday, we have tests. So there is a proper school which is associated with the student, even though it's online. I understand the physical touch is not there, but everything except the infrastructure, I can assure you that the student definitely gets all the benefits which he's actually getting in a regular school. The degree is acceptable. Yes, like I said, the degree is acceptable across all the colleges. The colleges in the US have accepted. They've wholeheartedly supported our students in a way that whenever we reach out to them, they say that yes, we are looking for this subject. If it has if the curriculum matches with another board, and definitely will accept the student. And that's when the offer letter is given to the student. Mr. Leonard, good evening. Which board does the student graduate? So the student is doing, one of our tutors already written. It's the NIOS, the National Institute of Open Schooling Curriculum, in which the student gets the 12th grade form. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Puneet. I hope that answered your question. And any questions, probably after this presentation, you can always get in touch with me or my team. The academics are well taken, but how about taking? Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for asking this question, Radhika. Yes, correct. The extracurricular activities. So like I said, the student gets the option of doing the academics along with the extracurricular activities. So for extracurricular, the students who are already registered with us, they are pretty much already occupied in some of the other activity. It can be, either dance, or it can be, so if a student is an athlete, for example, they're already going to a certain, training institute. So that's how the online model helps, that we take care of the academic, and whatever he's been doing, we do not touch, we do not disturb the existing schedule. Because let's say if a student is already going for his sports schedule in the morning, so he can take the NIOS classes, the IBOS classes in the afternoon or the evening, completely depending on when the student is free to take the classes. So both the aspects are, equally matched. But if he's doing a regular school, let's say, in that case, he'll have to sacrifice on the morning aspect, because he'll have to go to a regular school. So this is how we are actually taking care of the extracurricular. I, hope this answered your the question which you asked. Yeah. Indian parents in Netherlands want their kids to have Indian education. Absolutely, they can register. Like I said, the online classes happen. They can take it from anywhere across around the world. But of course, they'll have to come to India to give the pen paper examination. So it is just once a year. So I don't think that will really be a problem with them. They can come down to India, or they can probably give it in the UAE as well. Of course, the parent has to indicate it to us in the beginning. But if in case they're ready to take the classes, if they're ready to give the exams, while coming down to India and give the exams, absolutely they can register with us. And just once a year they have to come, that too for a good 15, 20 days. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Any other questions? If you've been an incredible audience. Thank you so much. And the questions which you have asked are pretty much absolutely very genuine as well. So any other questions, if you have, you can put it in the message box, or you can probably reach out to us in the later phases.
Thank you so much, Bharat, for that wonderful presentation. I think we have taken all the questions that they were.
No, I had one question. I had one question, Bharat.
Go ahead.
Please, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
So my
yeah,
question was, I am not very much, equipped to understand the depth of the NIOS curriculum. But my question was, does NIOS prepare the child to probably prepare for the CETs or any other common entrance exams?
So what happens is, NIOS basically is a regular school. Of course, the curriculum which NIOS has pretty much matches with the other curriculum. Let's say CBSE,
okay.
It matches.
Okay.
So whatever subjects are there in CBSE, the NIOS will have those subjects.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah. So I hope I answered the question. So basically, he's just getting prepared for school. For
Okay.
any other exams apart from school, he has to, separately prepare himself.
Okay.
The
Okay.
same way it works with the school. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Ankur, I think we pretty much have the question.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
of course,
I think,
if anyone else, yeah.
I mean, if anybody, I think you have shared your contact details as well. If not
Yes,
the team.
yes.
So I
I
think
had a
we'll call.
query, if I can ask
Yeah,
now.
go ahead.
Yeah. So Bharat, just want to check with you, can students can join this program of yours at any age and at any class, or like are there any kind of are there any prerequisites? Do you have any requirements? Are there any kind of
Yeah.
those things are required? Because if there are some students who are from a particular sort of a background altogether, right? So
Yeah.
can they join at a particular age, just the age and class, anything? Because there are students probably who have dropped out from probably grade 10 from a particular board, could be ICSE or CBSE, and they've not been able to pursue further, and now would like to join this, because you said this is affiliated with NIOS, right? So can they do it, or do you have some prerequisites for
Yeah. So thanks for the question, Mr. Leonard. Absolutely, very rightly pointed out that the age requirement is there. So the student has to register, who's registering with us has to be at least 13 years of age. So when I say 13 years of age, and he starts with his grade 9. So we do only 4 classes, 9, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So that means that the student essentially has to complete his 8th grade from anywhere, and that can be any year also. I mean, let's say, a student had appeared a couple of years back in his 8th grade, he had a gap year, or he had a couple of years of gap after his 8th grade, they can still register with us. In their 9th grade, they have to be 13 years and older, of course. I mean, not before that. And they can do their 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. That can be 4 years down the line, they can do their schooling.
Yeah. Thanks, Atan. Yeah, this gives a lot of clarity.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I would still, humbly request the members to please fill in that Google form, which my team have just put it on the message box. I will just repaste it again, if in case you get the time after this presentation to just fill in the form. And any questions, you can always reach out to my team. You can always reach out to us. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again, everyone. I think, Mr. Ankur, we are good to wrap up, probably.
Perfect. So thank you so much, Bharat and TOC community for making this session a grand success. As already shared by Bharat, I mean, you can reach out to him and team on the contact details shared. I'll also request you to fill out the Google form that has been shared by them. I mean, that helps them to connect to you, and you also to be staying connected to them. On behalf of the Outreach Collective, I'd like to express my gratitude to Bharat and Team IBOS for presenting their organization and the work that they are doing. Wish you more success and wish you more and more collaborations within the TOC community, Bharat. And thank you so much for all the TOC community members who made it to the session today. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.